The pendulum swings left, right, progression, conservation, control, freedom, morality, science, dogma, data. The greatest of hierarchies, empires, evolve and fall in cycles. Assyrians, Persians, Greeks, Romans, Mongolians, Muslim Arabs, Byzantine Holy Roman Empire, Mongolians, Spanish United Kingdom. Great empires seem to last over 300 years. The Western world rose from Judeo-Christian values in the end of 1700, fueled by Enlightenment. West is somewhere around 350 years of age, well past expiration date. Too much freedom or too much control leads to anarchy or dogma. As a human, we must strive for improvement. We ought to aim in life. We must progress. However, civilizations need stability, predictability, conservation. The larger and long-lasting the civilization, or that matter any organization, the more conservative it becomes. Exclusive and tight dogmas result nonconformists being outcasted, even slave hunted and killed. This leads to a forming of a group, the persecuted. As an example, the ancient Jews were in bondage for 400 years, and the Christian faith endured 300 years of persecution. And so it begins. Pendulum swings. 1. Misery. Misery gives rise to a group identity. Eventually the rise of courage. Even wounded animals will attack when chased to a corner, faced by invincible threat. People who have nothing to lose, but their lives or loved ones, will organize behind courage. 2. Courage. Courage and sacrifice work as a unit to reach common goals. Eventually they lead to liberty. After misery and tyranny, once persecuted are bonded as a community for life. Coherent group will work hard. More importantly, the group will aim for common good. Hard work produces abundance. 3. Complacency. Circle of life continues. Hardships and troubles of the past are fading memory. The virtues that forged the group decay and abundance turns into complacency. We can only see the material world. If it looks fine, everything must be fine, even though the virtues and morality has already started to disappear. 4. Apathy. As virtues and moral decay, it is replaced with apathy. Once united, well-rooted habits of the people have disappeared. The emptiness leaves people disconnected, disorientated, without goals in life, bigger than an individual. Material benefits do not feel earned, as one is born into abundance. Then dependency arrives. Why should I waste my time doing that? Why is this so hard? Society in which others have while others don't isn't fair. In such society, virtue isn't a solution. 5. Dependence leads to control and to centralized power, which will lead to never-ending clashes of individual and groups for the Iron Throne. Desperation is rampant, and only a strong savior is the solution. One more swing of the pendulum and misery of outcasted sets the cycle to start again. Research and history suggest that concentration of power inevitably leads to control, dogma, stagnation of progress. Examples? Sure, 3. First, aristocratic societies, tyrannies, merit due birth. Most societies in history fall to this category. Second, societies with theocracy and or monarchy, ruled by divine. Thirdly, ideological socialists ranging from National Socialism to Communism, which iron hammer reached approximately 1/3 of the world at the heyday of Marxism and socialism. Society in which individuals are fully sacrificing everything for collective purpose. Real-life example, the most progressive socialist, National Socialist, such as Marxist Mussolini and Adolf Hitler, they were the cutting edge of socialism. They saw what leftist socialists did with blacks in America under Democrat President Woodrow Wilson and Democrat Margaret Sanger, both in favor of racism and eugenics. First, blacks were enslaved. After 1860 Civil Rights Act in US, the racism continued in form of sterilization and segregation. They were operated by the mafia-like organization of the Democrats, the infamous Ku Klux Klan, KKK. Finally, the heroes and heroines emerged. Oppressed voices had their leaders. People who have nothing will group behind a leader with charisma and courage. People enjoyed liberty and equal rights. The once oppressed stayed united as a group until the invincible enemy, time, did the work. After some time, the decay of those virtues began. I have a dream that one day my children will live in a nation in which they'll be judged not by the color of their skin, but the strength of their character. End notes. All human organizations, even science, gravitates towards groupthink. Religions, governments, companies, institutions, sports, politics, tradition, culture, family, friends, spouse, men, women. And finally, every individual is under control of himself and under control of group pressure. It seems we are not alternating between individual and group influence, rather both at the same time, parallel and dynamic.